Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? It's morning, heading off to the office. You know, timing is everything, guys. You know, today is, I believe, Tuesday. Yeah, and it's a sunny day, thankfully. Pretty day outside there. I thought to come on board and chat with you guys because I actually got a holder for the car, which is good now. But I think like it's shaking. I don't know. I hope it's not going to shake too much. But anyway, today I want us to discuss something very important, yeah? First of all, let me introduce myself. The other day I found myself calling myself African Queen Mo, which has been my title before. This is Mo's Lifestyle. And I'm hoping that you guys are going to support my videos. Yeah. I don't understand what's happening because it looks like my channel is not being seen on YouTube. I was with this guy and he wanted to subscribe to my channel, but he couldn't find it, which is unfortunately. It's M-O with an apostrophe S, Lifestyle. I don't know why it's so difficult, you know, for people to see it. So, but anyway, to get to the point, today we're discussing something very important. Yeah. Recently in Kenya, we have been treated to a lot of news about people dying, and this month has been tough. There's a little girl in Kenya called Sky. I don't know who called her Sky. It's just like the way, you know, you have Beyonce calling her daughter, I don't know, Blue Ivy or something. And I believe the Kardashians also, you know, use names such as North and West and things like that. And she happens to be the daughter of one of my favorite musicians of long ago. She was, I'm talking about her in the past because she passed away, unfortunately, early this month. Around the 10th of November, she passed away. And her daughter, Sky, always reminds us because she has a TikTok channel or a YouTube channel. I don't know what she has there. But I've been watching her and she's so interesting. I think she's on TikTok. And she's very smart. And she's actually openly grieving her mom. I'll try to put a picture of her here, just a picture. So Sky lost her mother, unfortunately, to leukemia. And Betty Bayo had friends within the music industry. So the story goes anyway, generally, in real brief, that Betty Bayo was in the company of one of her close friends. And her name is Shirowa GP, yeah? And Shirowa GP happens to be a musician who's well known. Shirowa GP, there's also the lady who runs Bonfire Adventures and people like those, you know. Wajiza's family, those are her friends, you know. But what is really sad is that she lost her life because she could not pay a deposit of 250,000 shillings and she could not get blood donations from her friends, apparently. She couldn't get blood donations because her friends refused to give blood. I'll tell you what, one thing people need to understand is that it is a responsibility of the government to have a blood bank. A blood bank that is available for emergencies. There was a time we used to have blood drives. Blood donations. I don't know what happened to those, but there was also something that happened which was very sad. During the previous administration, we heard stories about blood bank being misused and blood being sold to countries such as Somalia. Can you believe, guys, that blood taken from Kenyans, from the blood bank, was finding its way out of this country to other countries around the region? And yet we in Somalia they can go and do the blood drive. I don't know why they don't do blood drives in Somalia. But the fact is that there was a story about that. And these are the kinds of impacts that happen because I'm an evaluator, guys. So that we found that Kenyan blood is being sold across the borders. It's finding its way across the borders. This was in the news. This is not a conspiracy theory. And it was in the news. So this has been a difficult video to do, guys, because the traffic today is horrific. There's a lot of traffic. I'm not gonna turn it around because I'm driving. I need both hands. Okay, guys. So what I was talking about was Betty Bayo passed away around the November 10th, around that time anyway, and she left a beautiful daughter and a son. Her daughter's name is Sky, and her son's name is Danny. And unfortunately, those kids are young. Sky is 13, and Danny is young. He's probably 7 or 8. I don't know how old he is, but very intelligent child. Yeah, very intelligent child. So what happened is that Betty Bayo lost the opportunity to have a blood donation, and she was saying loudly herself that she needed blood. She knew that she needed blood, but the friends that she was around with at that time were not willing or maybe able to give blood. One thing people don't realize is that a lot of women or a lot of people in this country are anemic. I myself cannot give blood. I even gave birth to my own daughter, and the doctors refused to take my blood when she needed it. It almost killed me, you know. It almost killed me. Can you imagine? You're a parent, you've given birth as a mother, in the hospital, your baby's in ICU, and you cannot give blood because they say you don't have enough. Do you know, there's nothing more painful than that, you guys, because I can't even understand, you know, it's very sad. Very, very, very sad. So I was not even able to donate blood for my own child because at that time I had big problems with anemia. Okay. And of course, if I don't have blood, then I will also die. And it's like, as a mother, you can say, me, I'll sacrifice my life. Give blood to my baby, I'll sacrifice my life. Because really, that's what I would have done. I would have preferred that they take my blood and that I go and my baby lives. But that's just not how it works in the medical profession, you know? It doesn't work that way. So, what I was saying is that the government of Kenya is supposed to collect blood regularly from Kenyans. Apart from collecting taxes, they should be collecting blood. They should be conducting blood drives so that all our blood banks are full. Kenyans are very generous human beings, and we can give blood. Blood is life-giving. And there used to be a time when the Red Cross used to do these blood drives. I don't know what happened, but we need to donate blood. I don't know whether it's because of the difficulty of screening for diseases such as HIV, or maybe people don't want blood from other people, they want blood from their relatives. But you see, when you get into an accident, when you get into an emergency situation like what happened with Betty, and then you don't have anybody to give you blood, it literally means that it's a death sentence for you, literally, because blood is life. Yeah, life is blood. Life is in the blood, and blood is life. Yeah, blood is your life. I remember when I've been through surgery twice, and I know that I have received blood. Yeah, and I'd be more than willing to donate it if I could, because I've received it. My son, when my son was born, he had to receive blood. The importance of blood donations cannot be overemphasized, and our government has a responsibility of making sure, guys, that they give blood. I mean, that they conduct blood drives regularly. That's the responsibility of our government. Yeah, it really is. And that's a failure of the government. When somebody lacks blood, let's say, why is it a failure of the government? Because the government should be doing checks in hospitals to make sure that hospitals are not running without blood banks. How do you run a hospital and you don't have a blood bank? I remember even when my dad was here, we had to contribute blood. Usually what happens is that if you take blood from the blood bank, you also have to replenish it by giving blood. You can't get blood until somebody gives blood. The blood you give may not be given to your patient. It may not, because it has to go through screening, yeah? But the blood that you will receive has been screened. And that's the idea, that the reason why you give blood in hospitals is not really to give blood to that particular patient. It's to replenish the stock in the hospital, to make sure that the hospital has enough blood for the next patient. Because, of course, the hospital has to screen the blood for everything, yeah, including viruses and many other things. Can't just give blood like that from one person to another. Yeah, guys, so this is what happened. She lost her life, and now the whole world is like trying to blame somebody. The worst thing is trying to blame someone. Who are we looking for to blame? Who are we looking for? You're looking to blame Shirua GP, who said that she was with her best friend until the night. And meanwhile, she was also in the company of her ailing mom. Her mom was ailing on one side and her friend was ailing on the other. If it was you, who would you choose? Would you not choose your own mother? And also, wouldn't you also need to go home and rest? Yeah. So she went home and rested and switched off her phone because she was exhausted. I understand what that means because I'm a carer. There are times that, it can get to be too much. It can get to be way too much. And you switch your phone off. I've never switched my phone off. I think maybe what she did, I don't think she switched her phone off. I think she might have put it on silent and she gave the phone to her maid. I doubt that she said that she switched the phone off, but I think what she means is that she put it on silent. Because how is it that the house help was able to come back to her and say, hey, by the way, your friend is calling or there's a phone call for you? Yeah, it means that her phone was not really off. It was on silent. Okay, guys. I think we should stop trying to look for reasons we should stop trying to look for reasons to blame people when sad things happen. Death happens all the time. People collapse and die. We're always looking for a reason. I think we should stop. Nobody has control over their life. I remember when I lost my baby girl, my auntie said something very nice, very important to me. And my auntie has lost 2 children, by the way. She told me, Maureen, we are powerless in the face of death. You cannot do anything now. She's gone. So the only thing you can do is to grieve with those who grieve. And stop blaming people. This culture of blame, looking for somebody to blame, looking for a reason to blame, trying to create social media, trying to create a sort of a narrative, looking for likes, all that kind of thing, that has to stop. That just generally has to stop, guys. Oh my God, this is a mess. I think I should turn around here. Can't stand that. I'm turning my car because there's a car that is stuck at the top of the hill and I'm just not going to deal with that. Yeah, so so we should stop the culture of blame and have a little bit of empathy for people, you people. This is ridiculous. This little child called Sky, who is 13 years old, super, super, super talented girl. She's always acting. I didn't even know that she had a channel. This is how channels are hidden. Yeah, we didn't even know about her channel, maybe because she was only 13, I guess. But Kenyans are supporting her. Kenyans are loving, and we support her and we love her, most of us. There are some people who are criticizing her. They think that she's too young. She should not be on social media. But she's 13 years old, guys. She's 13. She's a teenager. And I think it's okay for a teenager to have a social media platform because even her own mother herself said, oops. What's happening here? Is this person? Oh, God. Whoa. Today is just my day just to meet up with crazy drivers. All right, well, he's a pretty good driver there. So what I'm saying is that Betty Bayo herself actually acknowledged the fact that her daughter used to be a very shy girl when she was growing up. And she prayed a lot and tried to help her to come out of her shyness. Yeah. And she recognizes the fact that we are not all, she said in a very nice way, this is Betty Bayo in one of her videos that I was watching. She said, not all of us are going to fit in the offices. I really like that because it's true. Not everybody is even built for the office. Yeah. We're not all built for the offices, guys. Yeah. So if you see talent in your child, nurture it. Nurture the talent. One thing I've noticed with Sky is that her dress code is always on point. She's also polite. She's not a rude child. She's well brought up. You can see that. She has intelligence. In fact, because she lives with her stepfather, and Kenyans are trying to figure out whether her stepfather should She lives with her stepfather, and Kenyans are trying to figure out or trying to take sides and say that she should live with her biological father and not her stepfather. But one of the things I really like about what Betty Bayo, how Betty Bayo handled that situation is that she did not create enmity between the two fathers. She did not. Obviously, there was no enmity between the two fathers. We haven't seen it. In fact, they talk. They're both very mature. And I like that. Pastor Kanyari and Tash, two very mature men. Yeah? And it's really nice to see that. It's lovely to see that. I'm super impressed and very happy to see that. Because it gives us hope that there is some sort of humanity left. Because we have to remember we have to remember that it's about the best interest of the children. So literally, guys, now I'm actually holding the camera because it's been that bad. Things should be done in the best interest of the child and not necessarily the adult, guys. You know? Yes, you know, we all have our egos, and many men, you know, are all about their ego, and it's all about, you know, who should have the children but remember that these children grew up in the company of their stepfather. Today has just been such a hard day to vlog, you guys. I'm now gonna put this on my steering. I've had enough. Guys, this vlog has been the hardest I've ever done in my life. I don't even know how I'm going to do this. I think I just better just reach home and then vlog because this is just not working. I'm trying, najaribu, but it's impossible. Then there's so many bumps on the road. I don't understand this Kenyan's obsession with bumps. It's crazy. My hair is even let down. My hair is just like doing its thing. So anyway, like I was saying, it's not about people's egos. It's about the best interest of the children. And I like the fact that these men have decided to put their interest last. And I believe that these are the prayers of Betty Bayo working. Yeah, these are the prayers. If you're a mother, pray for your children. Pray for your kids. You don't have control about how long you're going to live, but you have control about how the world is going to treat them. You actually have control. Believe it or not, you do. You may not think you do, but you do actually have control. Yeah. Okay, let me get home. Okay, guys, I have arrived at my office, and what I wanted to say was about Betty Bayo and her children. What I wanted to say, guys, is about Betty Bayo and her kids. It's hard to talk about the loss of a parent because I lost mine, right? And I also find it difficult to talk about how children are feeling because I also lost a child. And then when I look at those kids, my heart is tugged, it's so tugged. Many of us guys are feeling the pain of Sky and Danny. And even, I don't know, some of us may not feel the pain of Kanyari and Tash. Kanyari is her ex. And Tash, who is very dramatic, by the way, just as dramatic as his daughter, literally. And we don't really have the understanding. We don't know Tash well enough to know, you know, how he's feeling. But we can just imagine what it could be like. Because I'm married and I can imagine losing, maybe my spouse losing me or me losing my spouse, how it would feel. All I can ask us, guys, is as Kenyans and as people who are on social media with these people, please show some humanity. Please just show some humanity. You don't know what you would do if you were in those shoes. We don't know what we would do if we were in the shoes of those children or those two men in this society that is so quick to judge. To be honest, I think the best thing to do is a hands off policy. Just embrace them, love them, And I would just say to Tash, be strong, Tash. As a parent, as a step parent, because I'm also one. Kanyari, also be strong. Be strong for the kids, be strong for yourselves, and be strong for the children. Tash obviously will probably get married again. That is just the reality of life. He'll probably get married again, and probably there are women, who are already interested and showing interest in Tash, because I saw some comments. Eh, na huyu mtu ni cute, sijui nini. But what I would advise, and he doesn't have to take my advice, of course, because like who am I, you know. But my advice is they take it easy, go slow, because at the moment there are very many vultures out there. There are very many vultures, people who just want to take advantage of the situation, take advantage of you. And there could be others who are genuine, very genuine women out there who really want to, be with you or whatever it is. Yeah. Because in this world, that is the way it is. They say nature abhors a vacuum. So now Betty Bayo has created that vacuum there that you're seeing. And that's what all of us don't like. We don't like that vacuum. And soon enough, it will be filled. And I can only pray that the woman who comes into the life of Tash, specifically the life of Tash, and even in the life of Kanyari, who knows, I don't know whether he's married or not or what, but when I was seeing videos of his son, his son was advising him to get married, and he said he's not interested in getting married. I don't understand what's going on. These two men. What I can say is that whichever women are interested in these two men or who are going to end up in these lives of these two men, please remember that there are two children, two kids who were dearly loved by their mom and who will need and desire the same love from you. And also know that those kids may not take to you immediately, because that's normal. Children don't take to step parents immediately. I've experienced that myself. But you see, also, these two kids, though, were very, very loved by their mom. And they've also received a lot of love from both men. So, fortunately for them, in their situation, they have had a lot of love around them. The glue that had tied everybody together there was Betty Bayo. Betty Bayo was that glue. And in every family, there's that person who happens to be the glue or the magnet that brings everybody together. One of the questions that Tash asked Kanyari is, Watoto wapi? That means, where will the children go? And Kanyari immediately said, keep them. And that means that Kanyari is a very unselfish parent, because those are his biological children who he has been crying and grieving about. We know he loves his kids. No question about that. Yeah, he pays their school fees. He even is like showing off about the expensive schools that they attend and stuff. But he said, no, stepfather, you keep the kids. But the kids have also said, stop trying to divide us. And this is the thing that they need to realize, is that there are so many unhappy people in this world that they don't understand people's situations, and they'll be very quick to try to divide families. They say misery loves company. It's true. Misery does love company. Yeah. So there will be some miserable folk out there, or people who are very cynical, people who do not believe in love, people who don't believe in family, who will be quick to judge and say the biological parents should take those children, and they want to dictate your life. But I believe that you're all adults. But for the sake of the kids, I can tell Sky and Danny, love both your dads. Just love them. They will love you back. Love both your dads. Yeah. And also pray. What your mom taught you to do, continue to do. That's the most important, because the most important father you have is God above. And God will protect you. People will not protect you. Your father and your mother may or may not be there, but God will always be with you. God, your father, will always be with you. So Sky said that she wants to make her mother proud even in heaven. That was so touching. And just goes to show what a fabulous parent Betty Bayo was. Betty Bayo was a really amazing parent. She was a wonderful mother. And she also seems to have been a good partner. I don't know about her partnership, but I can see just looking at the fruits, because the fruits are the ones that tell us the kinds of parent that you are. And you can see her children, so well adjusted and so super intelligent. Danny is so smart. Yeah. So is Sky. Both of them. They both have their very different. You can't believe they come from the same person. same womb of Betty Bayo produced these two children. Yeah. And they're just so different from one another. But Danny seems to be the person who has a lot of logic in his head. And I think Sky seems to be, it's not that she doesn't have the logic, but what she seems to have is creativity. She's a creative, and she cooks, she acts, she sings, she does all kinds of things. She's so much like her mother and also like her father, Kanyari. And then there's Tash with his love for those kids. What? You know, that is the biggest blessing ever, to have a step parent that loves the children that much that they're willing to take the biological father to court to keep the children. Let's say it was me who was left behind as the step parent, and my husband were to leave, and then I was left with the other mother, and the mother wants to come and grab the kids, and the kids are, I'm not sure whether they're going to be happy, they haven't decided, whatever. I might say, these kids have been with me, yeah, so let's co-parent, because the main reason is because I want to consider the best interest of the kids. It's not about me wanting to hold on to control. It's about me wanting to ensure safety, security, and emotional security for my kids. Because my kids are my kids, whether they're my step kids or my biological kids, they're still my kids. So I still think about my children, and right now, I'm actually a little bit stressed out because I've been in Kenya for so long. But there's nothing really I can do about it because it's work. Kazi, Kazi work keeps people away. And it happens. And Tash was not even there when Betty Bayo was ill. And I think he's getting the flack for not being there. People do, couples fight, things happen. But when it comes to actual losing of a person, that's a whole different ballgame altogether. Yeah. So I think that let's just be kind and understanding and considerate for this family, and let's encourage them to come to stay together. Whatever happens in future, God is the one who knows the future. We don't have any idea about the future. So those are my words about Betty Bayo and her situation. May Betty Bayo rest in peace. May the government make sure that hospitals are running with blood banks, that our blood banks are full of blood, and that blood is fresh and ready to be served to others. Those of you who can give blood, please go and give blood. Yeah, it's very important. It's life saving. It might save your life or the life of your loved one. Yeah. Again, also, there's the issue of cancer. She had leukemia. I think that we need to be screened early. It looks like we heard from Shirua GP that Betty Bayo was in denial for a long time. And this happens. Yeah, people do feel this denial. But a lot of religious people also say or believe that they can just wish away the illness and it will go away. And this happens a lot because of denial. What I can say is that if you have been diagnosed with an illness, please accept it. Say, yes, I am sick, and start treatment immediately. And also work on your diet. Yeah? Do everything possible. Again, there are words that Sky used, like, I didn't know my mom was that sick. I didn't know she was that sick. Partly because her mother denied her illness and probably didn't want to talk about it with her children. I lost a friend to cancer in the US, and she's a Kenyan. And the kind of counseling that she received was that she must prepare her children for her demise. And she did. She did a very good job of that, which was kind of scary for me because I couldn't even understand how she was going to prepare her kids. She actually had two children, a boy and a girl, just in this situation. The girl was older, the boy was younger. She prepared her children for her demise. She knew that she was going, and she prepared her kids. In the eventuality that I'm not here, this is how I want you to live your life, or this is what you should do, or this is how you should feel. So if you have the privilege of knowing that your life might end, please prepare your kids. It's a hard topic to discuss, but it's something that must be said. I'm going to post this video immediately, although it's not one of the ones that I have been preparing. This is the latest video, and I'm going to post it now. And then I'm going to post other videos that I have been taking previously. November is my birthday month. Yay! But I'm going to show you that video. It's going to come up soon. And I also want you guys to please subscribe to my channel. I never used to say please subscribe, but now I'm going to say it because I can see that people are having a difficult time trying to get into my channel. So please subscribe to the channel, like my videos, very important. Comment on my videos as much as possible so that the algorithm can pick up, the video. So on that note, kwaheria kwanana, love to Sky and little Danny. Right now, people are losing their lives young. Those of us who have hit 50s and 60s, let us tell God, thank you. Thank you. We have seen our children. They have been raised, okay? And we have seen life. We have lived on this earth, and we are grateful for our lives. And do not be ashamed of it, because that's not our culture. No. The elderly are wise and respected in Africa. Let's continue to accept that, okay? Let's continue to respect the elderly. Let's continue to respect the wise. There are people who are much older than me. They're 80s, 90s, my parents' ages, and we have to respect them. Yeah, because that's the society. So we respect those who are older, but we also respect and love those who are younger. Okay? Kudos, take care, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.